Post it on YouTube. Applejack considered her friend's request, but that sad and scared virgin's face didn't make it easier for her to stop. In fact, she suddenly felt more eager to taste her instead of just touching. I promise I will be gentle, Twi. You have my word. She tried to comfort her but that wasn't what her friend meant. However, as Applejack took a grip of Unicorn's hooves, she crawled slowly down Twilight's body to get closer to her sensitive face. The Earth Pony giggled when she saw the already wet area between the purple pony's legs, but she knew this was obviously her first time. So she had to zip it. So her friend could feel more comfortable. It might feel weird first, but I promise y'all like it. Before reaching out her tongue to lick the soaked mare hood. She stroked it carefully, but Twilight's reaction was still explosive. Her entire body arched and a small cry left the virgin pony's mouth. Let me scroll down. Applejack... Wait, hold on. Applejack proceeded with her using all her experience and knowledge moaning heavier to get rid of all the spasms inside her. After just a few more licks, she took hold of the Earth Pony's head and arched her spine before pulling together for a last shout of sexual lust. Applejack tilted her with her head when Twilight's warm ejaculation soaked her face. But she knew this would happen, and it just turned her on even more. She was without doubt ready for another round. That's a good filly. Didn't I tell ya it would feel nice? Applejack asked with a sexy voice while looking at Twilight's sweaty face. She gasped for air. Shit, I lost my place. Hold on. When she, during her panting, asked Applejack if it was over, she replied with a giggle. Not even by a long shot, sugar cube. You're going to have more of what you just had, you dirty little filly, the Earth Pony said, and slithered up her body to face her friend again in another kiss. Twilight was way too tired already to do anything in return, but Applejack didn't mind if she rested a bit. After all, now it was the youngster's turn to have some pleasure too. Applejack pulled her friend a bit closer to her own hips, close enough to let their female parts touch each other. Twilight didn't understand at first, but when the Earth Pony started to rub the unicorn's love spot by thrusting her hips, she instantly felt small traces of satisfaction returning. But it was too much for her fragile crotch, so finally she started to struggle helplessly again, just like Applejack wanted. She went more rough on her and pinned down her legs on the floor again, hurting her innocent body in the heat of passion. Twilight was pushing back and forth every time the Earth Pony humped her, slowly causing her to moan in. It also grew more painful over the purple pony, for soon she felt the exhaustion fogging her mind while she saw the huffing Applejack above her. She tried to cry out for her to stop, but her voice was so drowned in her pleasure she simply couldn't do anything about it. The thrust became faster, and for a second time, Twilight hollered in satisfaction moments before Applejack stopped. Both ponies trembled, with the dominant one still squeezing her mare towards the unicorn to touch it in her sweet calm. Twilight has passed out by exhaustion, now laying recently soaked spot on the floor so she could regain some energy. I think you guys know where this is going. She didn't remember her. Recording. Yeah, who's recording this? Post it on YouTube, man. Let me find my place for a second. Very fancy, isn't it? Where you can't get a cult. This is the best solution for you, twat. A dildo. The purple pony understood what she meant, and thus started the grotesque thing. It was much bigger than she imagined the cult's genital would be, and seriously strange when she noticed it looked the same in both ends. But looky here, this one's practical, you know. Instead of only being able to help one pony, you can take two at once. With the ends a double dildo, gotta give it to 'em. Them sea ponies sure know how to have fun. Applejack giggled and licked the toy again before standing up on her hind legs, fully aware about what was next. Twilight's lip trembled in fear when she imagined how that giant thing was inside her. Didn't Applejack promise she would be gentle to her? She gulped and carefully asked the pony, "Is it going to hurt?" while feeling a small tear soaking her up. Applejack shrugged and said, "Maybe, but you'll get used to it after a while, I guess," and spread her friend's hind legs again to properly apply the toy where it should be with her impulse. Now, the tip of the slippery dildo squeezed in slowly so tight, so Twilight could be carefully out deeper inside her wet hole. It sure did hurt a lot after it pressed through her labium, don't know what the fuck that is, and the pain enhanced the more it was pushed. The tip of the slippery dildo squeezed in slowly so Twilight could feel careful through her labium. Oh, I said that. Okay, let's go down. The soft grip around Twilight's leg intensified as Applejack pushed it out, letting the pain linger a bit easier on her partner, then dragging it back again, slowly sliding in the cock again to increase the suffering mixed with pleasure again. Twilight jumped between moaning and crying every time she rocked on her spot. Her skin itched from the dragging on the floor, but there was no stopping. But the excitement kept going. Her third time was just around the corner with a big piece of the cult's genital as help. All her thoughts went from pain and suffering into pure will and enjoyment in a matter of seconds. Twilight grabbed her friend's leg, laying across her body with all her might while gasping for more air between each moan. Applejack was on her limits too, huffing even louder the more she thought the unicorn's steaming lust. In the last second, they both cried out at the top of their lungs and covered the small space between them in their united orgasm. Almost half an hour. Oh fuck, I lost my place. Almost half an hour had passed with them both laying looking at the ceiling of the cellar without idea what to say about what just happened. Applejack glances at the worried-looking Twilight and smiled gently. "I sure hope you understand what I did this far. Then she stretched her hoof to caress the purple cheek. I don't regret doing it, but I can accept if you hate me now. I said desperation really got to the best of me, she said while her smile slowly vanished. Twilight had already thought about it, and she already had came up with an answer. Brett, I think I can understand you, Applejack, but the thing is, then she interrupted herself, causing the Earth Pony to get interested in what she said about what she was about to say. Twilight hesitated for a second, then continued. When I said I couldn't answer your feelings, I didn't mean I could imagine sleeping with another filly or so. It's just, then Applejack cut her off with, so you mean barn door deucing? That way, why? The unicorn rolled her eyes before continuing to her more serious point. It's just that I was saving myself for some pony else. Some pony else, guys. And then rolled over to let her friend see nothing but her back. Suddenly, Applejack felt awful. She never thought in that way since Twilight always was one with her stuck in books. How could she have an interest in any pony? In that moment, Applejack actually regretted her behavior. She had taken one of her best friend's virginity, who was saving herself from some pony who was special to her. She lost all her ability to speak, but her eyes still had theirs. The purple pony rolled back to the young worker who now sat up and dried her tears. It was sorrow over both the terrible things she had done, and especially that she wasn't that special pony for her love. Her muddled mind just couldn't work anymore. The pressure got into the Earth Pony, leaving her with nothing else but her impulse. Run away. She hasted up from stairs, faded away. The unicorn was left alone with the awareness of breaking a friend's heart in so many that she had no idea they all could be collected again. A mentally weak and broken Twilight slowly left the store, heading back home to the library in Ponyville. The door to the library shut behind Twilight as she walked through the room to grab her quill. Without thinking about it, the quill levitated from its resting place. Her magic had returned, so now it would be an easier task to write her personal letter to Princess. Oh God. Dear Princess Celeste, today I've learned that sometimes your friends might have something to say, and even if you don't want to hear, they might be very serious about it. So serious that they in fact get to listen to their own friends. Even the most reliable and honest pony can hide another side of herself, just yarns to break out and show you what it wants. But they also have to learn that it sometimes isn't always the best to just bring out what they need to say, since it can really hurt or even break your friends down. Some pony might actually get her heart broken when they realize something like they worked for so long suddenly can't be given anymore. So from now on, I will always be careful and care more about what my friends might want to tell me. Your faithful student, Twilight Sparkle. When the last words were written, the quill fell to the floor. The letter Twilight just wrote got stained with tears as she hit her forehead on the desk in front of her. All these years for nothing. Now she could never give the princess what she always wanted to give her, and thanks for everything. End. She saved her virginity for the princess. That's all, folks.